just everything. I mean, we're like the same age, same hobbies. He's also in a wheelchair.
I seen he had a sick-ass truck with cool hand controls, an LS, and the thing was fast, and he built it all himself, which was the exact same way I did my build.
No, we're doing good. Halfway done.
So, you find a good dude in a chair and you're all got similar interests and stuff, you know, it's pretty tight.
Do you actually know who you're racing? I just found out. It's a Ford GT.
Ford GT?
Yeah. I don't even know what a Ford GT really does. I mean, I know it's a V8 with a supercharger, so...
Yeah. I think you're gonna kick its ass. That's probably what
Let's see.
This thing.
A 2006 Ford GT for $139,000.
Yeah.
It's a 5.4 liter V8, 550 horsepower.
You got just damn near as much horsepower with nitrous.
3,485 pounds. So he is pretty much on point, 1,000 pounds heavier than me. And I pooped today, so that's like another 5 pounds right there. I'm a jockey.
What are you racing in?
What do you think?
Hellcat?
No.
Vivo? Porsche?
No.
McLaren? Lamborghini?
No.
You're not talking about the Mustang GT or the Mustang?
No Mustang. It is Ford.
Mm.
It's a Ford GT.
Like the GT40?
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. So we have to get a few things set up. We gotta finish the cell in it, finish the tune-up on it, set the suspension, and we'll be good. You worried?
No.
I know you're not.
There we go.
Do I have the whole thing by myself? I gotta run a fuel line. Get the...
And it's smoke.
Give me a 5/8 wrench and a 11/16.
What do we know about this car? What do we know about the 06?
Runs, I believe, an 11.2 in the quarter mile at 134.
Really? That's pretty decent. That's decent for an older car.
Pretty good traction. 0 to 60 is 3.3 to 3.5 depending as well, and 550 horsepower, 500 pound-feet of torque, and 3,500 pounds, so it's a pretty light car.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it has almost 2,000 pounds in its favor compared to us.
Mm-hmm.
My goal is to take off the street tires, change plus spark plugs, put in fresh oil in, drain the 91 octane, put in the E85. I'm not going to make it easy for it. I have a 40 here, I have a front here. Wow, this is heavy. These tires are a lot more stickier than the street ones.
Mm-hmm.
So even though it gives us a higher potential to destroy the gearbox, it's going to allow us to accelerate a lot faster.
He's very focused, determined. The thing with him, he really is a mad scientist.
Well, we need to lighten this thing up.
Look from here, right?
I am not sure.
There we go.
How heavy is that? You guys got it?
Okay, here we go.
Are you nervous, Lucy?
I'm excited.
Are you really? You're such an optimist. If he does get beat by a minivan, that would be kind of embarrassing.
What are you doing? Just sitting there.
I'm doing the most important thing, which is notes.
You know, when I go into a race, obviously I try and be as prepared as I can be, but in the last few years, I've been racing less than I'd like to. In 2013, we were having an event actually out of the shop in Valencia, and unfortunately that was the day that Roger and Paul were killed.
Paul Walker, actor, heartthrob, and car enthusiast, killed this afternoon when he and a friend were going for a ride in a sports car, which crashed into a tree and burst into flames.
Yeah, I was the first one to arrive on the scene when Roger and Paul crashed. So yeah, I remember it very vividly.
The car that crashed today, a Porsche Carrera GT, belonged to the owner of a high-end racing shop located around the corner from the crash.
I've had other experiences in my life that have been pretty gnarly. That one was just so close to home. I was always the risk taker. Those guys weren't, by the way. I was. So I was, you know, driving too fast and going in the canyons and doing all the stuff that I probably shouldn't have been doing. So it puts a lot of things in perspective when you lose friends like that. It was a life-changing event for me.
Racing's dangerous. When you're racing, particularly in close quarters, in this case, a drag race, a lot of different things can go wrong. It's part of racing and ultimately something that you got to be prepared for.
Let me see here.
Either one.
Okay, get in the truck a minute. Hold on. Where are you gonna sit? Put this right here. When something goes wrong, just like this, you only have one chance to collect yourself. And sometimes that chance turns into a half a chance. Which goes like this. And I've trained her in safety, but she needs to be on her game. Let me have, wait, whoa, give me that. Where's the bracket for that one? Safety first with me. There's a 4,000-pound car. That's a piece of iron. Like this. There is no room for error.
My strengths would be basically horsepower to weight. The fact that I'm on nitrous, the nitrous gives me way more horsepower, and we're gonna be moving. So I'm gonna have to come in a little soft. Right when we leave, it'll be not even spraying any nitrous on full throttle, and then probably within like 3 seconds, it's just gonna start progressively spraying all the way up to 150.
Are you scared about the 150 shot?
I am.
You are? Why?
We've never done over 100.
We'll keep the wheels on it.
My whole goal was to have the front end done before we did anything over 100. Just to make sure nothing comes loose going that fast, that quick, you know?
Yeah. She's paranoid.
Well, yeah. I love the truck, okay?
Oh, you love the truck.
The truck.
Yeah.
No, I'd like to keep Corey around a little bit longer.
We'll have to do a test run tonight.
So coming from a family of scientists has its perks because I look at data, I'm very data driven, and use that data to my advantage. When it comes to technology, that's really where I shine. So this is my volumetric efficiency map. This determines the volumetric efficiency of the engine based upon how much fuel it requires. This is a screen that shows a few parameters real time that's extremely important to tuning a vehicle. I have everything from hub RPM, which is the RPM that the wheel sees itself, to engine RPM, and you'll see real time the horsepower the car's putting out. This is how you know how well tuned your car is. This is how I know if my car makes 200 horsepower, 700 horsepower, or 1,000. It's extremely accurate and very sensitive. I can turn the headlights on and see a difference in power. Car does hover in the 600 horsepower range. This eclipses that by a full 400 horses. When I roll up to the race day, people are going to be shocked by its performance. I'm ready. This is for credibility. This is for street cred. This is for prestige. Bam!
Today we're testing. Give it a good shake down, make sure everything's working good. I just drag it there, change up the tires so that way it gets better traction. Put them at 15 and then we'll see what they look like visually. Try to beat my best time I've ever had.
Look at that technology.
Oh, we're good. There you go.
Alright, we're ready to race.
I'm gonna pull up into staging, repetitively going over it, keeping yourself calm. So that way when you go up there and the lights come down, it's just natural. You don't want to jump the gun right when that light's right where it needs to be. You predict it and you go right on time. The first Tesla is on the slow side. braking 100 miles an hour is pretty hard to do. It's fun a little bit, so, I mean, it's hot. It was 14 PSI and we're gonna try 10. And now it's time to add nitrous to the mix.
I need to win, because I always do. Watch out, the Odyssey's coming.
Motorsports is really a passion for me. It's a chance for me to go out and compete. You know, I'm 45 years old. It's one of the few ways that I can still compete at that level. So this race is going to be interesting, I guess. I know some of these sleeper cars can surprise you. Obviously, I like to win.
That light is everything, Hannah. You just keep your eye on that top light. When that thing goes off, does it look good? Is it important that we go out there and win a race? Absolutely.
Hey, huh? It's fast.
I'm
Sounds
100%
fast.
ready. I feel bad for anybody that's go up against me.
There's really not much preparation in this thing. It's just drop the fucking clutch and go, right?
Somebody's gotta win, somebody's gotta lose. That's just the game.
Babe, you wanna grab my chair? Car number 2. What the hell is that?
No freaking way. That's the lunch money truck. I've seen them at Irwindale all the time.
Oh, it's Malou. It's Hot Rod Hannah. Do you know those people? Mm-hmm. Super rich.
Yeah, I know.
I know those guys. The guys that runs the lunch money truck.
Let the shit talking begin.
I love it.
what a beautiful day.
Hey, man.
How you all doing?
Good, I'm Rob.
Yeah, Sammy and Lou.
Yeah, very nice to
Meet
meet
him
you.
and your gal. Where's your gal today?
She's sitting in there.
Wonderful, man. Beautiful. I'm so glad you guys are here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
y'all right here.
been a good race.
How
are you?
How's it going?
Good. Ready to show Ford GT what's up?
Yeah.
Oh my god, is this the other sleeper?
Oh, yeah. Well, at least I'm not the least aerodynamic.
That sounds pretty good though. Laid out.
Yeah.
Coming to see. Take your kids to soccer. There you go. You see that phone there?
Hold up there.
Now we're waiting on the supercar. Uh-oh. There it is. And then we got the Ford GT. There's the competition. Yeah, and he doesn't even really have a tire on him, so that's good for us.
Good guys.
What's up, man? How's it going? We're on the new course.
Is this your guy?
What about
Evening? What's what, 1,020 horsepower?
4-wheel?
Something. Got a really nice car on it, but we should be almost 5,000 pounds. front wheel drive, so it's gonna be really kind of pull to work.
Really? Been around.
What's underneath the
Some really interesting stuff.
I'm sure.
By looking at the van, what is it gonna tell me? Nothing. I mean, I can look at certain things and know that there's been big, huge modifications.
Very cool. I want turbos. I got the minivan by half of it. I think it's 5,000 pounds. I'm 2,500. I'm sure the pickup truck's probably 4,000, something like that. And I got the supercar by 1,000 pounds. Manual gearbox, no traction control. There's a lot of room for error.
So look at the truck. I bet you he keeps it closed. Yep. You don't get to see shit.
Off the hood. I wanna know.
I've never seen Hannah's truck before. It's my first time.
You definitely don't know what's under the hood until you hear it.
The pickup truck, I don't know much about because the guy won't let me get close to it. He's very secretive. But when we get out there, I'm gonna win because that's what I did.
Wow. I've seen a very nice variety of cars here, from an old school rat rod to a very, very well put together pickup truck. It looks really sleeper, but the tire size, the compound on that vehicle, how it's set up, there's something going on there more than meets the eye.
We got a brick. You know, we got a building here. You know, it's not the most desirable sleeper car. The one that has the most disadvantage is the one that's the most insecure here.
Drivers, may I have your attention, please? Well, thank you guys for coming out. What we're going to do is go out and walk the track. Make sure you're comfortable with the track.
Race time. It's the desert. It's hot. And then asphalt adds to that. The goal for the day is not to run the truck like as much as possible.
Let me see the gauge, bro.
Holy mackerel. 141.5.
Wow.
Tap the boost. I've never raced in these conditions. Heat is always the enemy of performance.
Here's where I'm concerned about right here, Hannah. None of that track matters over there. What matters is right here.
Yeah, there's a few rocks over here.
Kick them all off. Get them off that road.
They're all a quarter mile long, so I think we'll be all right.
Let's just pray. We pray for the drivers right now that they all be safe. Father, we thank you that you got a hedge of protection around Hannah and all the drivers.
Amen.
Burnouts are very crucial to a race. If you can't get your car to hook up, then all that horsepower is wasted and working against you.
I think doing a burnout is going to get my tires hot and slippery. So instead of doing a burnout, we're going to go with keeping the engine temp as cool as possible.
This is for street cred. This is for prestige. I need to win. Because I always do. That's what I do.
Hannah knows what she's got to do behind that wheel.
Winning is important to me. I can do this.
Stay in my lane, stay out of trouble. I have no idea whatsoever what's going to happen. Any of these cars can win it.
Winning it would prove that me being in a wheelchair doesn't really matter.
Are you ready?
stopping at the end.
What do you think?
Well,
The pickup? The yellow pickup? Yeah, definitely one. I can see that it's in front. Those things don't weigh nothing.
Did you get it?
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
How'd you do?
Third.
You got third?
It was a good idea to not warm the tires up. 100%.
Woo! Good game plan, guys. Hell yeah.
I always win. Even for me to even be last, I've never done that.
Lunch money got first. GT got second.
I'm not used to that.
Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done. That thing's fast. Yeah.
All drive.
That was fun. Yeah. Good job, guys.
Well done, sir.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Very good.
No worries, no worries.
You too, man. Good
Thank
job.
you, thank you. It's fun. But
And we go to the finale.
Look at that.
As soon as I got into the nitrous, it just spun and spun and spun, and I was just guiding the missile. I just held it straight and figured I was going into the dirt or through the flags, and we went through the flags first. I just happened to get just enough traction, and I way less that it was just pushing me out in front of them.
I think one of the biggest challenges with my car and the other two, the van and the truck, were just almost too much horsepower, right? So just goes to prove you can't change physics ultimately.
Set of steps you would have had a deal, but the import didn't beat you. Look at that.
Good
Thank
job.
you. Yeah, you laid some dark ones.
You ran clean and you ran a good race. So before we get into the results, I just want to give you guys a round of applause. Outstanding. Outstanding. All right. So we have first place, Corey.
And boy, Corey.
Nice job. Nice job. Second place, Eric. Outstanding. Very nice. Third place, Hannah. Did a wonderful job. And fourth place, DC. Thank you for coming out.
so it gives me a lot of food for thought on what to do to optimize this setup for that type of racing. You know, so I'll learn a lot. It's good. I have good data.
It was pretty close. It was real close. It was.
I wouldn't have put my bet on the rat rod, but they did a good job.
I was a little nervous, but didn't really have much of a problem up against the competition, so I was definitely proud to win and prove that a garage-built hot rod could beat a supercar. It's a good feeling. Yeah, let's do it again.
I do feel like I am living like a rock star. I've driven close to $500 million worth of supercars, but my life wasn't always like this.
I see these guys with their $100,000 cars, and I'm like, oh, that's nice, but I can still get it done with my junkyard parts.
I was stuck in the streets. I was standing banging every day and selling drugs. And drag racing is the only thing that made me feel alive.
Put a little snort of nitrous rather than hurt that Lamborghini's feelings.
Hammer.
Oh, fuck. Eating a supercar with my Pinto would be enjoyable and hilarious.
Come on, guys, let's go!
My reputation's on fire. If I lose to a sleeper car, it's not going to be a good day.
As soon as the light turns, it's game on. Nice guy goes away.
I've driven race cars on Formula One tracks. I've taken McLarens and Corvettes and Pagani's around those. I've taken 1,600 horsepower GTRs doing highway pulls up to 180 miles per hour. I've driven twin turbo Lamborghinis that sound like a fighter jet screaming by. Getting to drive these supercars is the coolest thing I could possibly ask for.
You ready, Pepper? 1 second. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
My name's Pepper Yandel. I'm a car photographer. I travel the world, shoot private collections for people in all sorts of different places, countries, cultures, and classes.
How'd that taste? Not too good.
I lived in Owasso, Oklahoma, a small town, not a lot of cars. So I moved down to Dallas with like maybe $400, got a job shooting cars full time, eventually went full freelance, and started traveling the world shooting cars for people. My clients are the top 10 richest people in the world. So they have security all around them. Anytime we go to a restaurant, we pull up in like 4 armored, fully blacked out, stretched SUVs. And then you got like people checking the doors and the exits, and like, you know, you feel like you're walking in with the president some of the times. And it's just, what am I doing here? I'm just here to shoot a car. It's nuts. And it's given me definitely a unique key to like a very locked off world. They're princes, they're sheikhs. I did the math the other day. I've driven close to $400 million worth of cars. That's what I'm passionate about, and I get so much enjoyment just like pushing that start button. 1, 2, 3. My buddy runs a company, he buys cars and ships them over the Middle East, but he also rents them out here. And so anytime I come here, he hooks me up, gives me a car. On this trip, he's hooked me up with the yellow Lamborghini Huracan. Every supercar has its own unique feeling. This Lamborghini Huracan, they really knocked out of the park with its design. It demands your attention. The sharp angles, super aggressive front ends, like it looks like it's just angry at you. It just wants to eat the road and kill every car around it. 10.4 seconds is what it's supposed to do in a quarter mile, the Huracan. I feel like at 10.4 seconds, I have a pretty solid chance against most any car. So I'm confident.
A supercar is a pretty boy's car. He paid for it. He doesn't really drive it. It probably has 30 miles on it. Whatever, bro. I don't really give a flying shit because you didn't build it yourself. When I was just 13, my dad, he had this Volkswagen bus, and he wanted to sell it because we needed to make some money. We had to pay rent. So while he was away trying to scavenge for some parts, the motor was just sitting there. I watched him take it apart. So I said, you know what? By the time he gets back, I'm gonna have this motor back together. When he got home, he was amazed. Who did this? I did. What do you think? He's like, you know what? Let's put it in and see if it runs. And that's why I always tell people with cars and with motors, I feel like if you ever watch Frankenstein, when the monster was descending from the electricity and he sat up and he's like, it's alive. That was the feeling that I had when I heard that engine fire up for the first time, and it ran, and I did it. The first time I came to the junkyard, it was out of necessity. The car broke, and there was some part that I needed, and I couldn't afford it. So I figured, you know what, I'll just go to the junkyard and see if I can get one. And that's how it started. And it's a fun thing, because it's a way to get an incredible deal. It's literally a tenth of the price of what you're going to buy at the parts store. This is a perfect example of what I'm talking about where we can make some good money. Here you got a supercharger. You get a supercharger here for 75 to 95 bucks. Turn around and flip this thing for $495. It is the man shopping mall. So these guys behind me right here, you see this guy? They got their little shopping cart, right? They're back here shopping. You know, this is what we do. This is a 1971 Ford Pinto. It weighs 2,100 pounds. It's got a Mustang SBO motor that's built. This car puts out over 400 horsepower with 420 pounds of torque. I chose the Pinto because I could get them dirt cheap. I know they're light. You know, sometimes after I won a race, I've actually got out and given my car a hug. I know that sounds ridiculous, but after a while, your car becomes part of you, part of your personality.
An Indiana grand jury today indicted the Ford Motor Company on criminal charges saying poor design contributed to a fiery crash that killed 3 occupants of a Ford Pinto.
What made the Pinto truly infamous was the rear end. And that's where the fuel tank is located. it is very close to the rear bumper, and in a rear impact, it gets crushed against the rear axle. The tank gets punctured, fuel gets ignited.
The common scenario of the Pinto is that the Pinto blows up. But what they never showed is the fact that Ford fixed the problem with just this plastic sheet, so that the tank wasn't punctured by the bolts causing a spark. But because of the bad name built around the car, everybody thought, oh, this is the most horrible car on the planet. It's gonna blow up. Okay, cool. I can get them for $100.
My Pinto is a perfect sleeper because they don't expect it to be fast. It's slow. It sounds like a go-kart. You know, you probably get somewhere faster if you just ran. So for me, it's like, it is the ultimate sleeper. You pull up next to it and they don't know what's coming at them. You know, they're like, it's just, this guy just put wheels and tires on this darn thing. This silly little old man. I'm like, okay, go ahead, hit it.
if I could be a Lamborghini, I'm gonna be a legend. That's what I'm looking for.
My name is Justin Crosby. I'm from Lancaster, California. Here in the high desert, Antelope Valley, not much to do but build hot rods. I was involved with racing with my grandfather at a very young age, and as I got older, I got into the rodeo. I decided to do rodeo rather than any other athletic sport because I was born with nerve damage and I couldn't compete like normal kids. I couldn't run the bases in baseball, I couldn't run the 100 yards in the football field, but I could ride a horse really well, and that led to other things. Every young kid in or around rodeo loves bull riding, and it snatched me up. I rode professionally for about 12 years. The feeling that you get inside of your body, the fear of possibly falling, the fear of getting hurt, people doubting you, fuels you. But with the sport of rodeo, it's not if you get hurt, it's when and how bad. I was in a practice arena when I lost hold with my feet, and as the bull was rearing up, his head and my face collided. Just wiped my nose off, fractured both eye sockets, jarred all my teeth loose. When I got to the emergency room, I basically was holding my nose in my hand. I had to have total reconstructive surgery of my nose. When a cowboy has to hang up his spurs, it's a sad moment. All the years and the pain and the tears and the blood down the drain almost. But I knew I would die if I continued to do it. It would kill me. So I dug deep in my roots.
What's that?
Which is cars.
Yeah, there's it does my zoom in for editing.
Hot rods, tire smoke.
I kind of raised Justin for a while. Him and his mom were separated. When he was a little boy, he followed me around everywhere I went. Did everything he did.
My grandfather has been a racer since the 50s.
This was my car in high school. That's a 31 Chevy.
Bought a house.
Did you have a Chevy in or
I had a V8 Chevy.
a V8? So you had a V8? You always have that V8 don't make no hard. And you had one?
Oh yeah.
He was always trying to hop up low-powered vehicles and to race through muddy stop sign to stop sign. And growing up and hearing those stories, I wanted to be him.
He was only about this tall, and I started taking racing at the race. He would polish the Crosley, the R race car, because he wasn't tall enough to do much else.
Bones and just fucking, they had a lot of people living in there.
Valves, and he just
They had like an apartment, they had like 2 apartments, so I gutted them out. Kept one, I'm gonna rent one out. The other one, I made it to like a master suite. So it's nice, you know.
So like a duplex or a multi?
No, it's a huge fucking ranch with a ginormous addition. And it's got like 2 full basements.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like one of the additions was like my part of the house, like the adult area, and then there's like the main house was like all like my kids have a room, their kids, it's a kitchen, living room. So it's cool. Yeah, yeah. Rooms, very full baths. It's a nice house. Put a big deck on it. That's what I do with it. It's why I'm roasting. They're fucking pouring sauna tubes. It took me about 3 or 4 years to acquire all the parts. Dude, it's a lot of work. I assembled this car in 3 days in my grandfather's garage. I saved so much fucking money with it. We've done like split everything in house. Everything but the plumbing. The plumbing I get my buddy Scott.
It's old, it's heavy, but don't underestimate it. It's going to be outstanding to win this competition. It would feel amazing to know that something that I built can beat.
We're gonna make a deal on it. And then I get the biggest lot in the street, 2 lots, 5 and 6. So it's like an acre and a half. But I like it needs a kitchen. It's like the original kitchen. It has an original bathroom on one side. So I got it all in the garage. Open it up all the doorways. You know, put beams in, wide beams up. I made it like they're all house floors. The floors are in the old house. We had them all redone. Oh man. That's a lot of time.
This house right here was like a sanctuary. It was special. It was something to see. When you just race cars all up and down the street,
When I want to bounce, I bounce. She knows that. It's cool. We do our thing, you know.
All kind of stuff all in his yard. That's what our pastime was when I would see my dad. I just wanted to come around wherever he was going. So this is how we spent, you know, weekends. The thing that do make for so dangerous is the fact that they do it for you. They race the guys drive your car. The last is that we had a lot of common interests. So we spent a lot of time kids. Language is your favorite. And you know, I don't have a favorite. But I go to him quicker than I go to
Teddy, thank you so much. Good to see you too.
I think they think because of the Lamborghini cost $300,000 that it could just be, you know, a car like this that costs $20,000. Lamborghini got to get it round up. Not to mention they sister for like 2 seconds, two or something. They just got to give up. My mom and my dad pretty much do whatever it takes to make a living. They were really smart. My mom was a registered nurse. And my dad on the tow truck. We used to pretty much do whatever it takes to get it by. Mom went to prison a couple of times. The third time being the last. She got caught in Oklahoma with about 10 kilograms of cocaine. 8 guys in prison for $50,000. Besides that, it was really cool. Really never wanted for much. And they both were really good friends. They co-parented really well. When they was together, they would fight a lot though. So my dad shot my mom. Some crazy shit.
Have a good one, Ted.
That was a good moment. Dad shot his mom. I was gonna get behind the camera. Hell yeah, I remember. Probably about 5. It was a fight. Shit. My mom didn't want to stop fighting. My dad like, I'm gonna shoot you if you don't stop hitting me. She was like, I don't give a fuck. She hit me with the leg of a chair. He shot her ass in the stomach. She made me take her to the hospital after that. Police tried to arrest her. She wouldn't let it happen. My dad is a really good guy. Just no nonsense. My mom was just whatever words could accomplish her sister did. That was pretty much.
Your cousin or nephew or?
I think.
Nathan, yeah.
That's my cousin's son.
I was stuck in the streets. I was gangbanging every day. And then I started doing music. Like I was already kind of fooling around with it. Next thing I know, I was wrapped up into the music business. I couldn't legally drag race because of my contract with Cash Money. It took me away from drag racing for about a good 10 years maybe. I've never been more miserable in my life. It's my first love. I ain't got no children or anything. Drag racing is my children. My car is my child, you know? When I'm around racing, everything is right with the world. Everywhere else, everything is wrong. Music business, entertainment business, everything is wrong. All the mentality about it is fucked up. You see the worst in people. Drag racing is one of the few times I could be me. I need it. It's really like air. It's like, it's the only thing that made me feel alive.